Hey guys, welcome to Total Chaos from Picks and Parlays. I feel like we should have called it Total Madness because that's what we're going to be going over today. 5 games on the Saturday card for the big dance. So with me, as literally always, is Chip Chirimbes, the champ, up on top. How's it going, Chip?
Wonderful. NCAA tournament is underway and already with a couple of big winners in the sack. Looking for more this weekend, without a doubt.
Yes, I had one of my best days ever yesterday and definitely my best first day of the tournament. So good stuff happening here at Picks and Parlays. He who shall compete against you today, Nick Earle. How's it going, Nick?
Not too bad. Can't complain. March Madness is finally here. It's only taken 2 years. Now me being for March Madness, I'm being a degenerate and I'm betting on every game. So far 6-2, so I can't complain on that. So hopefully we can continue to have a good time during March Madness here.
Nice. I love it. Yeah, I feel like I've bet on just about every game myself. But that's what in-play is for. I love my in-play. What can I say? All right. So people in the chat, if you haven't seen the show before, here's how it works. I'm going to give them 5 basketball games that happen on Saturday, March the 20th. They're going to tell me if they think it goes over or under. Whoever gets the most right comes back the next week as the Total Chaos champion to defend their title. Easy enough, right, guys?
Yeah.
Simple stuff. I will say be very wary because totals are incredibly difficult during March Madness. So for the viewers at home, just know that. Okay. So here we go. We're going to start off with Chip and Mississippi State versus St. Louis. 136 is our number here. So what do you got?
Well, first off, this is an NIT matchup, by the way. And Mississippi State coming off an absolute beatdown, being eliminated in the SEC tournament. But, they did have one strong attribute during the season, aside from rebounding, was their defense, allowing 65 points a game, 65.7. And St. Louis, also a very strong defensive team. As a matter of fact, 64.3 points. Of course, they're playing in different conferences for sure. But the under for the Billikens, I just love saying that, 9-1 in their last 10. I'm looking for this to stay under. The Bulldogs and St. Louis staying under the total.
All right. The Billikens are creepy looking little guys, aren't they? Okay, Nick, what do you have going on with this one?
I'm looking kind of at the over at this one, and that's because I saw St. Louis averages 76 points per game so far or during the season, which is actually pretty high. My number for this game is 137.7, so it's just barely over that 136. So that's about where I'm at for this game. I'm going with the over for this one.
All right, taking it right on over. Maryland at UConn. Nick, you're going to start this one off. 130 is the number. What do you got here?
I have this also as going over. Looking at this game, UConn has a good offense. They have 72.3 points per game scored, and these defenses are okay, 65.2 and then 64.7 points allowed per game. My number for this one is 135.5. So I have this going a decent amount over. So I'm going over with this one as well.
Chip, how do you feel about it?
Well, number one in defense in the Big East was Connecticut. And a lot of that had to do with them having to slow the ball down for a number of weeks when their big offensive star was hurt. And he has returned, and Connecticut is flying high. They're playing great basketball, but this Maryland team has a very deliberate style. Their last 9 games on neutral sites, they're going 7-2 to the under. They've gone 5-1 to the under in their last 6 overall. And, Connecticut's been playing for the under as well. After a straight-up loss, they buckle down 18-8 to the under after a straight-up loss. I'm going to play this game under the total. That would be Maryland and Connecticut to play under. I think these two teams are, if they're coming out to play, they're going to play defense first.
Danny Hurley has done really good things with that school. I'm really impressed. And he's a Big East guy from back in his Seton Hall days. So there you have it. Hey, Chanel. Hey, Tim. All right. So we're going VCU against Oregon. Chip, take it away. 137.5. What are we saying?
All right. Definitely a contrast in styles, without a doubt. VCU comes in 19-7, Oregon 20-6. But defensive efficiency, number 12 in the nation, Virginia Commonwealth. In offensive efficiency, Oregon number 16. But how much respect are you going to give an Oregon team from the Pac-12 who's the team that won the conference playoffs got a 12th seed from the NCAA here. So they're getting absolutely no respect. VCU's gone to the under 16 out of 26 games this year. And Oregon, of course, to the over 17 out of 26 games. But you know what? I think that the defensive prowess of this Ram team's averaging 9.2 steals a game and 5.4 blocks is enough to disrupt this Duck offense. I think the Ducks are going to find out what a real defense is, not something like what UCLA or USC may have thrown against them. But they're going to find out what defense is all about here. I expect this game to stay under the total.
Under we go. I cashed that number 12 seed today. Just saying, it was one of my best bets. What do you got here, Nick?
I did not cash that number 12 seed. I had Tennessee. That was one of my two losses.
But to me.
Huh?
Said you should have listened to me. You watched the show. Sorry.
Oh well. My number for this one is 139.3. So I have it going slightly over. These two teams average at least 72.3 points per game. VCU is 72.3, 74.1 for Oregon. So my numbers just line up for this to be around 139, 140 for the total. So I'm going barely over as well.
Just a smidge over.
Just a couple points over.
All right. Up next is Missouri at Oklahoma. 139.5 is the number here. What do we say, Tim or Nick? Sorry. Damn it. One show. Could I get through one show without calling you your brother's name?
All good. For this one, I like the over as well. These two teams score a lot of points. 75.1 points per game for Oklahoma, 74.1 points per game for Missouri. And Missouri doesn't play the greatest of defense. They allow 72.1 points per game. So my number for this one is actually 145.2, which is a decent amount over the total. So I'm going over with this one as well.
Over it is. Chip, what do you say?
I think it's a tough call between these two, and I understand playing it over. It opened at the 141. The odds maker or the wise guy, somebody thought that was a little bit high, dropped it to 139.5 almost immediately. And when you're looking at what's going on here, we see that Missouri in the NCAA tournament, 14-3 to the over in their last 17 tournament games. And what's Oklahoma doing? Same thing. They're going over 9-3 in their last 12 NCAA tournament games when they're favored. So why wouldn't I take the over with those kind of trends? Well, because Oklahoma is going to be missing a key component on their offense. Devontae Harmon is out. The guard is going to be missing here, and I think that he's going to affect their offense, and they're going to look to be a little bit more deliberate. And I think this game goes under the total in spite of all those trends I just gave you.
I understand, because one good guard makes all the difference in the world. It really does, especially at tournament time, and especially.
I had to come up with something.
Fair enough, right? All right, so I'm excited about this one. Rick Pitino, 5th team he has taken to the dance. Iona against Alabama. I keep wanting to say at Iona against Alabama. 147. Chip, finish her off.
Are you sure it's for me? Okay. Rick Pitino, his team's average giving up 69 points a game, 69.7. Alabama 70.3, but Alabama, of course, is playing where? In the SEC. Iona has been under. And the thing that intrigues me about this game is Alabama has more wins than games the Gales have even played on the season. 12-5, 17 total games. The other team's 24-6, 30 games under their belt. I think the Crimson have enough at 147. This is a very high total, and I think that Iona hasn't seen this kind of speed, this kind of quickness. And at the beginning of the game, the Pino's probably going to look to keep this a slow-paced game, but I don't think he'll be able to do it for very long. This Alabama team is very fast, very quick, and they shoot the ball really well. I'm playing this game over.
Over we go. Nick, what do you say?
This was probably the most toss-up game for me, because I have this game lined at exactly 147. So I had to try choose a side. And I've noticed that Alabama's been playing a little bit better of defense recently, as well as being able to shoot the ball really well. So I'm going to lean slightly to the under, but that's not my most confident play.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate your honesty, because that is important too. looking in the chat. I know a lot of people liked Moorhead today, Rashawn.
Mhm.
There's at least 4 of them that are up on my board right now. And the dogs, they are a barking today, let me tell you what. Okay, so real quick, we'll do a recap. If you are in the chat, do us a favor, give us that thumbs up. That's how we can keep coming out with all this free content and free picks for you guys. And if you're over at picksandparlays.net, maybe you need a little help stacking your bankroll. This is where you can find Chip Chirimbes' premium plays. Just use that promo code. Oh, wait, it's not March. It's MAD. Sorry, my bad. Like I haven't said that 100 times this week. MAD, M-A-D, will save you 20% off the entire Picks and Parlays site. That's where you can find Chip and all of his premium plays. Chip, tell me what's going on the site. You're always really good at this. You got a lot going on.
Well, in the last 5 days since the tournament has happened, Saturday and Sunday included, we've gone 9-3 with our top plays. I'm really happy about that. Today, which is Thursday, today is Friday, excuse me. We have some late plays, which are tipping off tonight. So I can't wait for the whole weekend because this is where the big games, the big action, the big money is. And where you should be able to use the resume of every team for the entire season and put it all together right here. And I tell you, we do our best work at this time of the year.
Man, I tell the people on my show, of the Morningwood show over at Picks and Parlays, that we've been working all season for this. This is the time.
Morningwood, I love it.
We talk basketball in the morning. What else was I going to call it?
Morning hardwood, right? The hard,
yeah. Nick Earle, tell me what's going on over at Earle Sports Bets. You guys got a lot of stuff happening too. Daily pods. What are you guys up to?
Yeah, we're doing obviously March Madness content. For all the March Madness videos I'm giving a play on every single game rather than only a couple of games a day, which was what I was doing earlier in the season during the regular season and all that. We're doing NHL every single day. My brother does NBA, and we also do Counter-Strike videos at night. My brother does those. So if you guys want to do esports as well, he does that as well. And we'll soon be getting started in baseball in less than 2 weeks. So we'll have content each and every day for that. I believe me and my brother will both be on those videos. So we'll have a decent amount of content coming out in the next good chunk of time here.
Yes, absolutely. I have promised Tim and Nick Earle that they can be the first to go head-to-head for Total Chaos MLB. So my word is bond. It's good. You guys will be there, and I'm really excited about it because I know it's both of your thing. Okay, so we are going to do a quick recap here. Nobody agreed on anything. That's what happened in this Total Chaos. So someone's going to really win and someone's going to really lose. On the Mississippi State game, this is an NIT matchup. Chip's going under 136. Nick's going over. In the Maryland game against UConn, Nick is taking it over the 130. Chip is going under. VCU, the total's 137.5. Chip is under. Nick is over. In Mizzou, the 139.5. Nick is over. Chip is under. And on the last one, Iona versus Alabama, 147. Chip says over and Nick says under. So that just about does it for us, gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Yep, see, Leg Show likes Moorhead. Who doesn't like Moorhead? That's just it, right? But all right, guys, thank y'all so much for joining us. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. Chip, if you weren't so tan, I would think you're blushing. All right, guys, thanks for being on the show. I'll see you guys next time, and may the best capper